Yo, it's the people's rapper John Connor, and you listening to Organic Reactionz. Y'all know what it is. Blue City Club, you know, AVMG all day.
I'm living my dreams, so watch as I close my eyes. Niggas don't know my life. How the fuck you think you can walk in my shoes when you don't even know my size?
So first off, welcome to the live. Thank you so much for your time donating to the channel, man. Like, that's freaking amazing. I really appreciate it. They don't call you the people's rapper for nothing.
Nah, it's real, man. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So I see here your birthday was around April. So how was your life like affected by COVID and everything? Like, you holding it down? Everybody staying safe?
Yeah, man. Yep. Everybody's staying safe. Everybody's in good spirits, man. Just asking people to send prayers. My two little nieces ended up having COVID. You know what I'm saying? Little Olivia and Nevaeh. I love y'all if y'all see this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, they're doing good. And the rest of my family is good. Yeah, my birthday is in April 13th. So, you know, COVID kind of made it to where, you know, I couldn't really do too much, but I think I got on my live on Instagram and on Facebook, and I just had a good time kicking it with people and keeping them in positive spirits. I was going crazy, just playing a bunch of music and having fun, man.
That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about, just staying positive in the dark times, dude.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I got a lot of love for your music for that fact right there. Very recently discovered your music. I wish I had found it sooner, but so what was it like kind of creating mixtapes in the underground hip hop scene, like trying to like pave your own lane?
Yeah, man, some of the best times ever, man, because at that point, you know, you just having fun, you hungry, you staying in that creative space, you're not really so much worried about the politics of the music business, and you able to just focus on your passion and what you love, and that's what my mixtape underground days was for me, man. Some of the best times ever, man. You know, doing those best in the world tapes where I paid homage to Eminem and Jay-Z, Kanye, and Biggie. You know, it was dope, man, to just be able to consistently and continue to just give the people content, you know what I'm saying, without having to worry about the structure of like making and crafting songs, just giving them raw lyricism and bars, man, just whenever you feel like it. So some of the best times ever, man.
That's amazing, dude. That's like one of my favorite things about SOS is just like how real it is. Like, one of my favorite rappers of all time is definitely like NF, and I would put you up there in terms of lyricism, you know, like you definitely got that going for you. But in terms of like working with Aftermath, because I know you were signed with Aftermath for a little while, what was it like working with Dre, and what were some of your favorite projects that you were actually able to, or not really projects, because I know there was like the whole thing with Vehicle City, but what were some of your favorite tracks that you were actually able to release?
Man, I think that just the entire experience was such a learning experience, man. So everything was my favorite part, because even on the bad days, you learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know that I look at things as good or bad. Things just are as they are, and you're supposed to learn lessons from them. So just that entire experience, man, of being able to watch one of the greatest, you know what I'm saying, to do hip hop as far as the production aspect, just to watch his mind work and study and learn from the things that make him who he is and why he's so respected, and then to kind of add that into what I do, that type of experience is priceless, you know what I'm saying? And some of the coolest things that I got a chance to, records that I got a chance to be around was, you know, it's only 3 Dr. Dre projects, you know, right now. Well, wait, 4, the Aftermath presents. So there's the Chronic 2001, the Aftermath, and Compton. And the cool thing about that, the coolest joints, I can't narrow it down to just one. I think being able to watch Dr. Dre create an album and to experience what that was like, and his thought process of what makes a record worthy of making an album, and sonically what is a good mix, like those are things that I'll take with me for the rest of my life, and I'm grateful for the experience, man.
You have tracks with like some absolute legends between Royce, the 5'9", and Dr. Dre. I mean, it's crazy to me that you know. But you're on the comeback, bro. We got your back. You know, what was it like working with some of these artists like Chris Webby?
Well, man, for me, I'm a fan of hip hop, so it's like I don't really get caught up in like how big or where somebody's at as far as notoriety. I just love creating music with creative people. So the experience I have with Chris Webby, that's my brother. are on the same level as my experiences with Dr. Dre. My experiences with Royce the 5'9" is my same experiences with DJ Paul from 3 6 Mafia and Kelly Price, and you know what I'm saying? And, you know, whoever else, you know, is on that list of people that I've been blessed and honored to work with through the years is, you know, I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of hip hop. So I think all of the experiences were equally as important to me, man, for real.
Right, and I mean, everything that we do, you know, it kind of builds us up into who we are, and I think that...
Absolutely.
Yeah, that shows a lot in your music as well, man. Like I said, I've got a lot of love for all your projects. One of my favorites was definitely Infinity. It's really amazing for me to be able to see, like, how humble of a perspective you take in terms of your opinion from having to separate with Aftermath. How much would you say being influenced by, like, some of the biggest in the industry kind of helped you pave your lane in creating all Varsity music and, you know, starting your own label and creating SOS as we know it?
Well, the thing about it is, man, I always wanted to have and had my own label since I was like 13 years old. And what's funny about it is that came from Master P. Like, that was like my first, like, biggest influence in that way, because I saw somebody who was coming from, at the time, you know, we got to keep it in perspective. Like, New Orleans really, as far as nationwide, wasn't really on the map until like No Limit, Cash Money, you know, started making their imprint. And the thing that they had in common were these were cats that was from the projects that owned their own labels, and they were able to put out music whenever they wanted to. And I think that spoke to me. And I'm an Aries too, so that means I just like to do things when I want to do them. If I make a song right now, if I make a song tonight, I want to be able to put it out tomorrow. Right. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you can't do that on a major label, which is cool. And it's all love and respect, because like I say, my time at Aftermath Interscope was definitely dope. It was a learning process. But it's things about being on a major label and just the system with every major label. It's like you got to go through a certain process. There's, you know, a lot of people that depend on your project. There's a lot of meetings that have to be had. It's a lot of things, because it's such a corporate structure, that kind of get in the way of the creative process, which, like I say, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because it works for a lot of artists, obviously. Right. But I think for me, because my earliest influence was Master P and Jay-Z and Dame Dash and all of these people who were label owners and did their thing independently, I think that's what speaks to me as a person more. And I think that's what works for me more. And so much love to major labels and all of that. But I think I'm just an indie guy at heart, man. And that's where I shine at. I got to be in control. I got to be able to put out music when I feel like it, man.
Right. That's awesome. So how much would you say, like, coming up from Flint, Michigan, like, has impacted you as an artist, like, has impacted your music creation?
I think that it 110% influences and is the result of why I create music the way I do, because Flint, Michigan, man, we, you know, automotive industry, auto workers, hard workers, blue collar, you know what I'm saying, Midwest, we blue collar hard workers. So with what I did the first time, when I was putting out music every 2 months, it's like, that's how we do in Michigan. That's how we do in Flint. We work hard. We don't believe in getting something for nothing. We feel like this. We don't want more than what we deserve or less than what we deserve. We feel like, if I work for it, give me what I work for. Right. So I think that's how I grind when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm gonna put out, like, you know, just give me back what I put out. So for me, being from Flint, that was instilled in me. Watching my mother work hard, watching my father work hard, my grandfather. I come from a long line on both sides of my family. My nana, my father's mother, hard-working nurse. It's like, I just grew up around people that worked hard. So it's like, with me, if music was what I was gonna do, it's not all fun and games for me. I believe that, you know, you work hard to play hard, but just taking what I learned from my family was just like, work hard. Even though it's, you know, your passion, work hard at it.
Right. On that topic, what artists do you currently have signed with All Varsity Music? Do you have any plans for upcoming releases?
Man, I'm so happy you asked that, man. Like, absolutely, bro. First and foremost, just getting back to giving people that consistency that they know me for. And like I said, you know, being on a major label, I wasn't able to release music as frequently. So now I'm back in control of that, which is such a cool thing.
Right.
And so we just about to keep rapid fire hitting y'all. We got the docu-series, The Road to Legendary. Man, I've been taping my life, my whole life. So it's like y'all gonna get to see me in high school battling dudes in the hallway, through my underground years, through, you know, the first, we actually have on camera the first time that I ever rapped for Dr. Dre. That's a part of the docu-series. Then we got, you know, we also documented, you know, when I parted ways from Interscope and Aftermath and decided to start my own company. So it's going to be a 5-part docu-series. And along with that, we're going to re-release all of the underground projects that aren't on streaming sites right now. So I'm excited about that. After that, we got The Best in the World, the End Tape. It's a mixtape inspired by all Nas instrumentals, continuing with the tradition of the Best in the World's tapes that I've done in the past. After that, we dropping SOS Part 2, which is going to be super. Yeah, SOS Part 2 is coming in the early first quarter of the year. After that, my artists, you asked me about artists that I have signed on my label. My little brother Ace Cabana, who he's on, I think 2 or 3 records on SOS Part 1. Ace Cabana, super talented kid from Flint, Michigan, man. He's got his own style, and I don't want people to compare him to what I do. I think that what's dope about him is that he has his own lane, his own style, and he does what he does. And what's cool too, man, is people know me to be a lyricist and an MC, but I was a producer before I was a rapper. So it's like I produced 90% of Ace's project, Moonwater. So Ace Cabana, Moonwater, that project is dropping early 2021. After that, me and Ace have a project that we did together. It's called Stark Parker, kind of playing off Tony Stark and Peter Parker, because that's how we see ourselves. And then at the end of the year, we're going to drop The Calling Part 3, SOS Part 3, I think.
Wow. So we got big plans for 2021, man.
You know what's crazy, man? As we're doing this, Ace is currently, if y'all can hear the music in the background, Ace is shooting the video right now as I'm doing this interview. So we just locking and loaded, man, shooting, getting all the content ready for y'all for the new year, man. And I just want all Varsity Music Group to be a brand that y'all can trust to give y'all quality music and consistency. That's all I want to do. This is all I ever wanted to do, man, since I was 12 years old. So like I said, I appreciate you and anybody that's watching this that supports me and my music, because I'm still a kid that's just living this dream, bro.
And that's amazing. That's so humbling to hear, you know, like I love the grind. I love to see you out here, you know, just banging out the content regardless of what's happened or where it's going, you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of love and respect from
well,
me
bro,
and
real quick, man, I want to say, you know, when you say that, like, everything in life is a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there are no such things as good or bad. Things just are as they are. I think that every section of your life, it's like high school wasn't good or bad, it just was what it was. Elementary school wasn't good or bad. So it's kind of like I look at my life in sections. Every 4 years or every 7 years, I look at it like, okay, I should, regardless of how I view it, I mentally should have grown past a certain level or matured in a certain way. So whatever parts of my life that people have tuned into, it's just that section of my life, and we just gonna keep on moving and keep on growing and keep elevating, man.
So kind of rotating back a little bit to the aftermath. So with Vehicle City, is there ever any chance that could possibly be released?
You know what, man? Vehicle City is owned by Interscope and Aftermath, so that's not a John Connor decision, and I respect that. It's like when you sign a contract, you know, that's what you sign for. It's like you're making music for this company. So when I left, it's like Vehicle City is theirs to do what they want to do with it. So if, you know, it's not gonna happen by my hands. If it ever did come to light or get released, that's something that Interscope and Aftermath will have to do, because that's their album. They own it. And I'm just looking forward to SOS 2. I'm looking forward to Stark Parker. I'm looking forward to the docuseries. I'm looking forward to all of the music that I can control. And I'm looking forward to this new music that's documenting the headspace that I'm in now. Because I look at Vehicle City like it represents where I was at mentally back then. And now I'm just looking forward to giving y'all where I'm at now.
Onward and upward, man. That's amazing. How much would you say like staying positive and consistent kind of like helps you as an artist to like gain notoriety with fans? I know there's a lot of people that know the name John Connor, but at the same time there are like a lot of people that don't really know who you are with all the features that you have, and that kind of shocks me, you know, with all the content that you have. Do you have any comments on that?
Well, man, I think that the type of music I do, it attracts a certain audience, and sometimes because it's not what's the norm on radio or TV, and that's not like the type of music I make is not what is being pumped over the airwaves. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I respect it. I think my music is for who it's for. And whether I have one fan or a million fans, I'm cool with that. So it's like, I'm grateful for all of the fans that I do have, because it's a cat out there. Think about it like this, man. If I was to ask my grandmother if she knew who Jay-Z was, she probably wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's all perspective. So if you ask somebody in a certain place if they know John Connor, they might start jumping up and down and celebrating because they've been in love with my music. And then you might go to some places people don't know. It's all perspective. I don't know that there's any one artist that captured the world other than Michael Jackson. Right. So it's like it's all perspective. I'm grateful for every single fan and every single supporter I have, because like I said, bro, music is art. Nobody could listen to my shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for any person that respects and listens to my music and it gives them a good vibe. So like I said, whether it's 1 or 1 million people, I'm grateful, man.
Dude, that's such a humble perspective. Like, I know I've said that several times now, but it really is like such a cool. positive look on everything that you got going on. It's
well, yeah, think about it. It's like I'm a fan of WWE, right?
Right.
So if I say the name Bray Wyatt to another WWE fan, they're gonna say, yes, I know who Bray Wyatt is. But then if I go ask somebody who doesn't listen or doesn't watch wrestling and I say Bray Wyatt, they never heard of Bray Wyatt a day in their life. So does that make what Bray Wyatt does as a performer any less valuable? No. Nope. It just means that it means what it means for the people that it's for. So for me, it's like, as John Connor, the artist, my music is gonna reach who it's meant to reach, and whoever it doesn't, it wasn't meant for them, and I'm cool with that.
Right. So what was one of your favorite tracks from SOS?
Oh man, Black was one of my favorite records to do. Morning Motivation was one of my favorites. The song Kelly Price doing the intro, Thank You. The actual song, Thank You, number 2. I'm trying to think of the ones that stood out that I just had fun working with. The song You.
So good.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you. So those were a couple. I don't want to start naming a bunch of songs that sound too arrogant.
Right.
Those are just a couple. I don't
The whole project really has like an underlying like positive message, like of thankful and like for your ride or dies that have kind of been there for you, like through this entire time, and it's amazing to be able to like start coming back and releasing the content for them. So you said the earliest release we're gonna get is Q1 2021.
Absolutely. We're gonna top of the year, man. We going in right now. We locking in all the content, strategizing how to release it, and y'all gonna get content. I'm trying to drop shit for y'all every 2 to 3 months in 2021 to set it up for 2022. Hopefully, if the world is a little bit normal again, we can get to hitting the road and perform these records and perform these albums that's getting y'all through y'all quarantine, man.
Yep, that's amazing. Well, you can rest assured that I will definitely be pushing your music on my channel, man.
Thank you, man. Yo, that's love, man. As much as you keep bigging me up, I want to big you up, man. Like, thank you so much for taking interest in my music and my journey and having me on your show, man. Being an independent label owner and an independent artist, bro, is y'all the people. Y'all are the machine. If y'all talk about our music, that's what gains the attention. That's what gains the notoriety. So as an independent artist, we need y'all, the people that support us, to be vocal about it, because we don't have these big machines behind us with these multi-million-dollar budgets. Everything we're doing is out of our own pocket. So every single supporter means the world, and I just want to say thank you, man.
Of course, man. That's what it's all about. Like I always try to tell people, it always starts with one person. And for you, like how you were introduced to me, one of my moderators for my channel, he's a huge fan of yours. His name is Soul Searching Through Music on here, and he commented on one of your songs over a month ago and said that he was going to start trying to like push your music to reaction channels. Came into my live that night, and got me to react to your song, and then ever since then, dude, we've been going real hard for your music. So we got love for it. You got fans out here, dude. Don't ever look down.
No, thank y'all so much. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. And you know how we do. We gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One joint at a time, one project at a time. Y'all know how we do. We building. Our Varsity Music Group, you know, our humble beginnings. This is my first time solely owning my company. So this is a journey for me that I'm excited to take with y'all, man. Thank you.
That's amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the channel. You got any last things you want to say?
Yeah, like I said, just thanks again for having me, and anybody watching this right now, follow me on all my social media. It's at John Connor Music. That's JONCONNORMUSIC. That's all my social media platforms. Follow my artist Ace Cabana. Be looking out for all of those projects. And like I say, if this interview turns you on to me and my music, I appreciate you too. It's love.
All right, man. Thank you so much again for coming in. You can look forward to some more reactions up on the channel coming very soon.
Well, let's get him in. Hey, man, when Ace's album come out, I want to get him on here too, man. So we can talk about Project Moonwater.
That's a deal. I'm holding you to it.
Let's get it. Nah, let's get it. I'm going to hold you to it, man. Let's get it, man.
All right, man. I will see you then. Thank you so much, dude.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
Yep. Have a good day. Later.
They say the good die young, so the bad die old. Guess we somewhere in the middle, so just pray for my soul. All I wanna do is right, but all I'm seeing is wrong. And I'm trying to stay strong, but it's taking its toll. And I ain't no better than you, so when you playing this song and you feeling how I'm feeling,